Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you in doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Today, collective, we're starting off with the angel Simkael, the angel of vengeance. Okay, the angel of vengeance. So you could be concerned with maybe someone trying to get some kind of revenge on you, or vice versa. You want to get revenge on someone. Maybe you feel there's been some kind of mistreatment or some things done to you that you feel may have been quite unfair. Okay. And you may be pondering and just thinking to yourself, like, when will this person get their just due? And so Spirit is tapping into the read immediately and confirming that the job of vengeance is not yours, and for you to not, stand or exist anywhere with a looking glass. If anyone has wronged you in any kind of way, trust and believe that they will be dealt with in their own timing. Now, the way you may want this person to receive this revenge, or you feel like they need to receive their karma, it's not about how we feel personally. It's all about divine order, and it's all about divine timing as well. As I always share, what we put out returns and comes back to us. And so Spirit wants you to know and keep that in mind, that whatever energy or action this person has put out towards you or regarding you, that they will receive their just due. But they don't want you to be so hyper focused on waiting for someone to receive karma or revengeance. There may be times where you may receive a download or confirmation that a person is receiving karma, but that is not so that you can gloat. That is so you can have confirmation that you are being protected and that you are not alone, but also that no matter who we are, all of us here on planet Earth are being watched, monitored, and accounted for, spiritually speaking, on many levels and many other dimensions. Okay. So Spirit is saying, don't be hyper focused, have so much passion towards gloating, like gloating and being happy to see someone receive their karma. The law of whatever you put out returns applies to all of us. Okay. Simkael is the angel of vengeance. Okay. When the time comes, we cry his name. Once on the path of vengeance, we're choked silent, as if a hand gripped our throat. Those who intend harm will suffer threefold in return. Okay. Like Simkael's sword, suffer threefold in return. Simkael's sword, which cuts the wielder while attacking others. Okay. Miracles, a sword, an aching heart, and torn skin. Okay? So Spirit is also saying, whomever you feel has crossed you or hurt you or harmed you, don't sit by with a looking glass waiting to watch them receive their karma, but for you to trust and know that you are supported and you are protected, because that applies to all of us. Does not matter what our belief system is, whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, because they are two different things, whether you have different cultural beliefs, where you're from, your upbringing, those things do not matter. The law applies to all. When it comes to, what you put out will be returned to you. And so this angel here, this guardian angel Simkael, is confirming that they will receive their just due. But for you not to be so hyper focused on it that you forget to move forward and enjoy the life that you are living. If we wake up on a daily and we're constantly focusing on who hurt us and who harmed us each and every day of our life, and as time moves forward, you could mistakenly miss out, on moments of joy, moments of happiness, opportunities that present themselves, and maybe a love connection, new love energy entering your life, opportunity, favor, blessings, all kinds of good karma that could be trying to get your attention. And so in this message, they're saying there's a clear need and requirement to be mindful of overextending yourself on hoping and wishing for the downfall of someone who you know or feel has hurt you, harmed you, or inflicted any kind of stagnation on your path. As I just repeated, the law applies to all of us. What we put out will always return. Okay. So, yeah, that energy is here very strongly, and they want you to know that. Excuse me. So everything basically happens in its own timing. Okay. Someone may have had you in a situation where you felt like, you felt, or they made you feel like you were a fool, or they made you feel like they were taking advantage of you. Okay. Maybe you did a kind favor. Maybe you helped someone and they took it as if you were being naive or gullible and you were just having a kind heart, you were just being who you are, giving a helping hand. Sometimes when we are kind, people are able to accept it as a kind gesture, and other times people will interpret it as, oh, I got one. I didn't got him. It took a lot of courage with the full card out here. It took a lot of courage for you, collective, to move through the situation. I'm picking up some of you didn't check anyone. You didn't like have a lashing out about how you felt about what was done to you. You could be someone who possibly just simply chose to move forward with your life. Okay. This could be something regarding finances or regarding something that intercepted your finances or intercepted your growth. Okay. Maybe you trusted someone. You could have loaned someone money, they didn't return it. Maybe someone gave you a false promise of what they were going to do for you and had you waiting, and you found out that this person was someone who could not be trusted, as you see all the snakes here. But this situation did allow you to go through a transformation. This betrayal or this deceitful behavior could have been involving someone very close and personal to you. This could be someone in your family. This could be a sibling, okay? An aunt, an uncle, a parental figure. Maybe you did a favor for someone and you trusted them. You thought that, you both were on the same page. But as you move forward, I'm hearing through gossip and slander. Maybe there was chatting, talk about the kindness that you showed, the helping hand that you gave. And instead of saying that's nice, that's kind, maybe people were saying, oh, the collective is foolish, that is stupid, they get played. There was a lot of ha-ha, kiki energy going on, okay? Collective, there are people who just aren't accustomed to being around kind people. So when they do come across someone who is generous to them, they often assume that that person is being a fool, when in actuality, you could simply just be someone who's accustomed to having, someone very abundant. You're not someone who's in lack, okay? And so whomever you did this favor for, they can be someone who's not accustomed to having friends or associates who are abundant, who are prosperous, who have extra to give the helping hand. So instead of being grateful, they interpret it as, oh, I got one, like a fish on the hook. Oh, I got him. Yeah, I ain't gonna get him a dime back. Yeah, I got them to give me the money. This could be $1,000 or more. hmm If this is finances, this could also be your name. This could be you co-signing, maybe for a home, a vehicle, or a loan. Okay, this could be something involving money or co-signing for a home, okay, a loan or a vehicle, collective. Your only intentions of helping was to see this person stay afloat. Maybe they expressed to you that they had some financial issues going on. Maybe they expressed to you some kind of goal that they had, and you believed and trusted them. You're not the jealous type of person. As I just said, I'm picking up on someone who's abundant. You could have a good job, a great career that pays you well. You live a good life. Okay. And so it looks like the life that you live, the people that are around you, whether this is family or friends, you know, these were people who were likely envious of what you have and who you are. And so they chose this opportunity, whomever this person is, to ask for your help and deliberately not return the favor or stick to the agreement between the two of you. Spirit is saying that was done deliberately. You okay? And you could often think about this, you know, and it did hurt you. It is unfair. But Spirit is saying for you not to stay focused on it. You know, they will receive their just due. You don't need to know how or when it will happen. As I always, you know, encourage the collective, you know, the Karma Cafe is open 24/7. No one knows when they're going to get their just due. So this person also, they're telling me this person, and you don't have to check and go see or try to find out, but they're telling me to share that. Oftentimes, collective, when people cross you and they're disrespectful to you or they try to sabotage in any kind of way, oftentimes those people have already received their karma, but they're not telling anyone. Something about suffering in silence. There are people who suffer in silence on a regular. You know, the Karma Cafe really does serve their dish up. They really do distribute to those who it's required for. Okay, whether good karma or bad karma. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have to always be negative. But Spirit is saying a lot of these people are going through things that you're just unaware of. So before you not to focus on that, they want you to put your energy on yourself. They want you to focus on life and progress. And you know, as quick as the time is moving, as quick as the days are moving, you wake up and before you blink, it's nighttime again. They want you not to waste your time and energy on focusing on this person. Um, yeah, because what is for you, collective, will never pass you by. And there is no action that needs to be taken on your behalf. Okay? It's okay for you not to talk to this person anymore. If you have chosen to do that, it's okay to do that. It doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. You do not have to choose to forgive them and interact with them. You can forgive them and choose not to interact with them. Okay? Because oftentimes people think to forgive means you have to be involved with the person. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and you do not have to interact. You do not have to conversate with them. You don't have to pull up where they at to prove that, oh, I'm not mad. You don't have to do all those things. But they will receive their just due. But they're saying it again, someone that you're concerned about, they've already receiving it. And yeah, you're unaware, but they're suffering in silence. You know, and they could be sharing this. They could also be acknowledging, like, you know what, so and so is going wrong, but I know why this is happening. I did the collective so wrong. You know, they're not going to say that to you, but they could be saying this to someone that they know, or they can be in reflection and saying this to themselves. You know, I was so foul to the collective. I shouldn't have done that. You know, yeah. 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 So balance is being restored. You know, justice is here. Balance is being restored. You could have a Libra placement in your chart, or they could have Libra placement in their chart. Okay. So you no longer have to battle or be confused. Like, you know, when are they going to get theirs? When will they get their just due? You know, maybe you feel like they're winning. I'm picking up on someone. Maybe you're watching them or you're observing their life, and maybe they're sharing with other people the wins of their life. You know, they bought a new car, they got a new home, things like that. They got a new job. Maybe they came into some money, and maybe you're looking at it like, "Ugh, it looks like they're receiving good luck." Spirit is saying, don't battle yourself. These people are receiving it in silence. They're suffering in silence. You just focus on you. Okay. Now you may receive signs and synchronicities because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the ancestors will give you, or your spirit team will give you signs and synchronicities through your dream state as well as your awakened state. And sometimes they will let you know, sometimes, not everyone, that a person is receiving their karma. as a warning for you, because this person may be trying to approach you for many different reasons, okay? So you may receive that download or a message in your awakened state or dream state, but that is for other reasons. That's not for you to be hyper focused on it, okay? So do the forgiving of them, forgiving of yourself, and move forward. But you do not, forgiveness does not mean that you have to interact or deal with these people, that you have to invite them to your party and hang out with them and kiki. That is not what forgiveness means, okay? Because oftentimes, and I must share with you, and you probably already know, but I have to say it. There are a lot of people who choose to forgive and move forward, whether it's your woman, your wife, your lady, your man, and your friend. And later on down the line, as they're choosing to hang out with each other or deal with each other again, somewhere down the line, it comes back up of what happened in the past. Oh, why did you do that? Because remember you did this to me? I'm just sharing that as one of the examples why you should forgive them, forgive yourself, and move on. You do not have to interact. You do not have to pull up to no one's home, call anyone. You can forgive wholeheartedly, 10 toes down, forgive and surrender the impact of the experience between you and that person. Okay? Because the power lies in the spiritual, not the physical. Okay, so it's not about proving to people here, your friends, your family, that you're not mad at somebody. No, it's about going higher, taking it higher on another level. And it's better and wiser, smarter to rely more on the spiritual than the physical anyway, So, yeah. Yeah. So the next card we have here is the Tower moment, okay? And this Tower moment here, this person that has crossed you, collective, could be also, for some of you, what I'm about to say, maybe not all of you, could be paranoid. I'm picking up on someone who's paranoid, who could have some kind of anxiety, who could be anxious, and they're anxious and they're worried because they know that they are owed this karma. They know that they lied to you, betrayed you, slandered your character, whatever was done to you, stole from you, tried to sabotage you. And the more that you stay focused on yourself and move forward and do not speak on the situation or engage with them, this is another reason why you shouldn't engage. They're in paranoia. Your silence is power. They're feeling like, oh, the collective is going to do. No. The collective isn't going to touch a hair on your head. The collective does not have to. But the idea of you not responding, you not giving them what they want, has them paranoid. They are manifesting a tower moment in their own life. They are manifesting a tower moment in their own life without you doing one thing. You're minding your business. They're sitting there waiting and wondering, I know this is due to me. I wonder how's it coming. They don't know, and they will not be shown how to know. They can get a card reading. They can look at a read online. They will not be shown. The cards will not show them that. That's not how it works. So that's another thing. So you have people who have hurt you, collective, suffering in silence, and you're thinking when they're going to get their karma, because what you see visually, you feel like they are winning, when in actuality, they actually aren't. They're not winning. They're suffering in silence. All kinds of things are happening. And I'm hearing repetitively with them in their household, and I'll leave that right there. Back to back to back to back. It's like they're chasing their tail to keep up, to catch up, and they can't catch up. This could be in finances. And then you have another portion of people who is paranoid because you're not responding. You're not giving them what they want. You're starving them of your energy. Continue to starve them of your energy. Never react, never engage, and never give them what they want. And this could be people who haven't seen you in many, many, many years. And they're still waiting, thinking that you're going to do something. They're paranoid. They're full of anxiety. They know something is coming, but they don't know what, they don't know when, and they don't know how. Yes, you've been through the heartache, male or female. Male or female. You've been there and you've done that and you've learned the lesson, and now you know how to protect yourself, how to protect your energy, how to move forward. We are here to learn. They thought you were being a fool. No, you were learning a lesson. So you found the light out of that dark situation. So moving forward, if this was you loaning someone money, maybe you won't be doing that anymore. If this was for you co-signing for someone, maybe you won't be doing that anymore. If this was you loaning your vehicle out, maybe you won't be doing that anymore. This could have been you letting someone move in with you. This could be many things. And you're not put here to be anyone's Captain Save-'em. It's okay to say no. You're not, you don't have to, don't make people make you feel like they have a right to feel self-entitled to what you work for and what you work for. I mean, this energy of entitlement. I'm picking up somebody feel entitled like you should. Because I just mentioned you have a good job and maybe you're the only one in your family that has a good paying job. I said a good paying job. Maybe you're the first in your family to work at this particular place or for this company or be an entrepreneur or graduate college or just be successful. And people look at you like a meal ticket. They want to get their claws, their hands on what you have worked for. You put in the time, you put in the energy, you made the sacrifices, and they want what you have worked for. Their eyes, just as you see, these eyes here are very dense with energy. Like, I want some of that pinnacle. I know they got it. I know they got it. I just need $500. I know they got it. I just need to stay here for a couple of months. I know they're going to let me stay here. I ain't got to pay no rent. They got it. I can see their car. They got 2 cars. They got it. Kind of energy. I got abandonment issues from my childhood. I'm about to take it out on everybody around me. I expect them to take care of me. They know how I was raised. That's that self-entitlement energy. You could have someone who's got some trauma issues, some maternal traumatic issues that has nothing to do with you. But because they know who you are or you may be related, they feel entitled to what you have worked for. The pinnacle in his hand is how he sees you, male or female. That's how he or she sees you. You're a meal ticket. They want their claws on what you have, what you work for. There's 2 kind of people, those who go out there and get it and those who attach to those who got it. There's 2 kind of people, those who get it and those who attach to those who got it. And they will attach themselves because they don't want to do the work. And they feel like it's just easier if I act like I'm romantically interested. Or if I just act like that's my favorite cousin. Or I just act like I like him or I like her. Or I just act like. There are people who sit up and plot, plan, and strategize strategically. This is a way of life for them. This is how they survive. They do this to their relatives, they do this to their friends, they do this to people they meet romantically. And they'll come through with that pump faking, faulty mentality as if they're really interested and they want to fight for your love. I want to fight for your love. I'm really interested. I just think you're so cool. Some of them may even give you the big, want to get married? Oh, yeah, I want to get married. Yeah. He said he's going to marry me. Anyone can get married, but are they marriage material? Anyone can get married, but are they marriage material? Anyone can get married. So maybe there's someone you were in a love connection with. For some of you, not all of you, who crossed you in a wrong way, who may have been very diabolical and foul to you in your life, maybe left you with some situations to, surrender to deal with on your own. Maybe you are a single parent. Maybe this is, a baby daddy, a baby mother, could be. And you found out that they weren't who they claimed to be. But through the process, you learned the lesson that will carry you to infinity and beyond, that will carry you for a long time. You learn the lesson. You learn to be stronger. You learn to be wiser. You learn what not to do. Most important, you've learned how to protect yourself. Doesn't matter who comes with their claims and their accusations and their problems and their worries and what they need and what time they got to be there. And you learn how to protect yourself. That's the best lesson of all. You also learn to not trust everyone. You see how watching his back, like, who are you? We're here building. Who are you? We're here building. Who are you? Are you someone with building potential? Are you someone we can collaborate with? Because we over here conquering our goals. Who are you? You're not oblivious. Moving forward, you won't be oblivious to when that energy tried to arrive in a different vessel with a different face and a different atmosphere. You'll be able to recognize, and you'll be just like this guy. Who are you? We're over here building, buddy. What? What? Are you adding or subtracting? Are you an asset or a liability? Do you come to add to what's being accomplished, or are you an liability? Are you a connection that needs to be insured? Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, there's somebody waiting in paranoia, and you're not even thinking about this person. You're not thinking about them, not like that. You know what they've done to you, but you're not waking up every day hyper focused. You're busy. You have a life. And they're like, man, I know I was wrong, man. I ain't heard nothing. Male or female? I ain't heard nothing. And your guardian angel's like, collective ain't got to do nothing to you. We got it. We got it. That could be their karma as well. Just suffering and paranoia, not knowing how or when. Not knowing how or when, but expecting it, which means they are manifesting it. Thoughts become things. We were all a thought before we were born, before we were created. Each and every one of us were all a thought. Oh, yeah. We were a thought collective. We were a manifestation. You have an angel fighting for you. You have a spirit team fighting for you. They're saying you don't have to focus on vengeance. You don't have to focus on retaliation. We got you. We want you to focus on living the life that you live, making the best of every day, being grateful, being thankful, and focusing on the things that you desire collective. And as I mentioned, there will be times where you will be informed through awakened state or dream state of someone receiving karma, but that has other reasons attached to it. That is not to laugh or poke fun at anyone. Sometimes it can be notification that someone's going to come your way. It can also be notification to protect yourself in some way. Sometimes it's everybody is different. We live different lives. It's a lot of different things connected to why, and sometimes you will be informed because that's your karma. They want you to witness it because your spirit team, the Most High, recognizes that you have endured much and you didn't even respond. I said that at the beginning of the reading. You are someone, the group I'm talking to, you didn't do anything in return. And when I say anything, you have not even slandered these people or this person's character. They have not seen you or talked to you, but you have not disrespected them behind their back. And I don't care if it's been a month, 2 months, a year, 5 years, 6, 10, whatever. You have chosen not, and there's a lot of things you could have done, but you did not. You didn't. This doesn't mean you're a punk. This doesn't mean you're a simp. This don't mean you're a wimp. This doesn't mean you're weak. You understand that it's cool. You got it. But see, you reflect on it because it did impact you in a major way. And so in this message, the angel of vengeance is saying for you not to hyper focus on it. Yes, what was done to you was wrong. It was not fair. But they're just confirming, because there are no coincidences. This reading is a confirmation that everything has been seen. There's nothing that we experience or endure that goes unnoticed. Just because the notification ain't ding-dinging on your cell phone doesn't mean that your spirit guides or the Most High does not see or recognize what is being done towards you or to you. So there's something about confidence moving forward, the confidence increasing, the confidence building momentum of knowing that you are supported and protected. And so to move in confidence as you go forward. I like this read. I like this read. I like it, collective. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. That is deep. When a person is expecting some karma, you ain't doing nothing to them, but they sitting there paranoid because they've done something so scantless, drastic, painful, cruel, disrespectful, low vibrational, diabolical, inconsiderate, that they're expecting you to be the one in the physical to respond to them. Every action has a reaction, but the reaction is not coming from you, it's coming from a higher power. And the reason it's coming from a higher power, no matter who we are, what your belief system is, everything must be done in balance. So when someone has wronged you repetitively, consistently, if someone is teaming up against you, gossiping, slandering, this could be at work, in a community, in your family, anywhere, even on social media, even in the church, anywhere, balance always have to take place at one time or another. Things have to be done in balance. They say don't be excessive, but do things within a balance, right? So the amount of pain, disrespect, inconsideration you have endured, a person could have, it could be 15, 20 years ago. And it could be, dusting their shoulder off. I'm glad I'm over that. And then here comes their karma. Here comes their just due. Out of nowhere. Because balance has to be restored. This could be a cheating spouse. Maybe you were someone who never cheated. You were very faithful, very loyal. Very faithful and loyal. You were in a committed relationship. There are people who are actually faithful, who don't cheat, male and female. They do exist. And maybe you were in a relationship where you dealt with a whole lot of disrespect. And you're no longer with that person. It's done, it's over, time has passed. Maybe they've married, maybe they've not. Or they could be married, but they end up being in a marriage that is very unhappy, that is very imbalanced, a lot of misery, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of arguments, a lot of tower moments. Repetitively, I keep hearing repetitively. They're miserable, unhappy. They find out that they have married someone who they can't trust. They begin to experience everything they put you through. And this could be a long time. And it could shock them like, wait a minute, I thought I was over this. I thought I beat this. But God, but the ancestors. That's not how it works. That's only how we think here in the 3D, here on planet Earth in the Matrix. That's how we think. The way we think ain't how it work on other levels. Yeah, it's not how things operate. It's a whole new ball game with new rules, policies, and procedures. Okay? And all of a sudden, the person they're with, even if they're not married, they have a living spouse. They start experiencing, trying to maintain their balance and stability. They try to maintain not being insecure about their aesthetics, or, maybe you were with someone to try to make you feel that you weren't worthy of being honored and celebrated. But once you separated from this person, you found out, wait a minute, I've been the bee's neck. I've been that one. I am that one. You see? Yes. Yes. Keep moving forward. You owe it to yourself to move forward and live your best life. You owe it to yourself. Yeah, sometimes people mistake kindness for being a fool, when in actuality, God is sending you a test to see when you pass it and you failed it. There are people who are used to having and people who aren't used to having. And those who aren't used to having, when they come across people who are abundant or who have extra or who don't mind giving a helping hand because it's natural, because they're accustomed having, they are accustomed to having more. They live a life of overflow. So they help people from time to time. It does not always mean, in some situations, it does not always mean that you're being gullible or you're naive because you help someone. But those who take advantage of kind people, they have to pay for that. And many other times, they're being tested and they fail the test. So if you were kind to someone in any kind of relationship, they failed the test. God is good. The divine will place someone in your life to bless you and assist you for your highest good. This could be something financial. This could be, as I mentioned, somebody co-signed for something. Maybe you needed a place to stay. Maybe you need to get a loan, and their signature on a dotted line got that money on for you. Whatever it wasn't you making a come up. It was God wanting you to level up. But instead, you failed the test. You hoped and prayed for something. It was presented to you, and you failed the test. So that doesn't make the collective a fool because they chose to help somebody. What better way could the divine and our spirit team help us and assist us by utilizing us human beings to be of assistance, to cross each other's paths? Whether a person's coming to your life for a long time or a short time, you never know what the reason or purpose is that they're in your life. Even a total stranger. That's why we need to be mindful of how we treat people. You can have somebody around you who you don't like, and you say you don't like. You can't stand them. You don't like, and you don't know them, but you saying you don't like them. You don't. That person is put in your path for a reason, not for you to attack them. You could be undergoing a test, and you don't even know it. There are no mistakes. There are no coincidences. There is just confirmation. That's for someone who needs to hear it. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. What do you think the signs and synchronicities are about each and every moment? Person, place, or thing that enters your life or crosses your life. You see a crow at a certain time, landing on a tree, around your home or in your yard, your front yard or whatever. It's every day at a certain time. That's a synchronicity. It's a reason for that. It's a purpose for that. That one person show up and you don't like them. They get on your nerves, and you saying this into the ether. You putting this in the air that you don't like this person. Now it's time for you to go through the test. If you say you don't like this person, well, this person may be reflecting something back to you about yourself. Some kind of unresolved issue or situation that is within you that you have been ignoring. And the more you say it and the more you project it, even if you're thinking it, it is felt. Spirit knows. You can't hide that. And if the divine wants you to go through a lesson, if your ancestors feel you need to go through a lesson, you will go through that lesson. It is what it is. Keep saying you don't like somebody. This is what somebody need to hear. That person gonna keep showing up in your life until you get it together. Because whatever it is you don't like about them is connected to something inside of you. Something that's on the forefront or something that you're trying to push behind you. Something you're trying to camouflage. You're trying to hide. Energy is real. It don't lie. Mm-mm. It don't lie, collective. Yeah, baby. So now that you have clarity, how will you choose to move forward now? Will you trust and know that people will receive their own karma in divine timing, and it's not for you to sit with a looking glass waiting and watching? Because they want you to be careful with that. That is also an energy of projection. Even if the person has wronged you, they're saying they understand that you're upset. They understand that you have endured. If you don't be careful with that, and you keep hoping and wishing and saturating your whole life around it, your energy, your thoughts, and speaking of it and thinking of it, that is a form of projection, and what you put out must return to you. So they want you to be careful, collective. Be careful. Focus on thyself. Focus on you. Life is enough by itself, as I always say. I don't know about anyone else, but you got to be a very special kind. And I understand this duality, in all things, but you got to be very special to take your currency, your time. Your currency is your time here on planet Earth, and want to spend it trying to plan, plot, and strategize against someone else. Number one, it's not going to get you nowhere. It's going to come back for you. It's not going to work. Whatever you hoping for them is going to come towards you. And then number two, it's just a waste of time again. Life is too precious for that. And if you don't love yourself, baby, find a reason to love yourself. Whether it's your pinky toe or your big toe, find something about you that you love, where you're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Maybe you're a parent. I love my children. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to focus on spending time with my children and enjoying life. No one knows what the next moment will lead. I'm going to focus on being grateful and enjoying life. I'm going to focus on not complaining and enjoy life. I'm going to focus on not being a hater and enjoy life. I'm going to focus on stop being mad because somebody else is progressing and enjoy life. I'm going to focus on not judging people I don't even know and enjoy life. You got to be very extra special. Folks be too involved. Folks be overextending themselves. Arching their back like a cat. Too extended. It's somebody else's business or life or what they doing, and to really want to see somebody lose. And I don't care what kind of ritual or how much magic you're doing. Either way, the pendulum is going to swing back. We're witnessing it worldwide with celebrities. The pendulum has swung back. The rituals and magic they were doing, it has... I don't even have to say nothing. It's common sense. Every action has a reaction. It's a repercussion. What you put out comes back. Give, take, on, off, up, down, hot, cold. We can go all day. Left, right. The pendulum is swinging back, and we're witnessing this worldwide. You can do all the rituals you want to do, or magi. And I'm not talking about protection rituals. I'm talking about trying to hurt other people, trying to sabotage. Eventually, it's going to swing back. No diddy. No diddy. No diddy. And it'll keep coming repetitively. Jay-Z, Beyonce, it'll keep coming repetitively. And you shocked at what you see on the media. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You're witnessing it right in front of your face. Right in front of your face. Whoa, should this be a song? Right in front of your face. Right in front of your face. You're witnessing the repercussion. Oh, God is so good. I said we, I'm including me, are given so many examples our entire life. From the moment we come through the canal, the Timberland boot. We're given so much proof and evidence and examples. Every action gonna have a reaction. A person working out in the gym, what's gonna happen? They're gonna look good, ain't they? Keep lifting the weights, what's gonna happen? Oh, he or she gonna be buff, they're gonna be cut up. You keep marinating that meat overnight, it's gonna taste what? Delicious. You keep moisturizing your hair, it's gonna do what? Grow. You stop doing it so much, it's gonna do what? Grow. Oh, you go all natural, that hair gonna do what? Grow. You're witnessing, we're witnessing these things. I don't hyper focus, on the manipulation. Everybody is magical. Everybody is empowered. There are people manifesting and doing magic and don't even know they're doing it. How about that? On a daily, we are all manifesting. We are all creating. And it's not about what you believe in. That's why words are spells. That's why words are powerful. So you can play and devil in whatever you want to, but there comes a season. And you're witnessing that too. You're in it. You're living in it right now. You're witnessing the shift, the change. And every day you hear something that shocks you. It's a era of shock right now. Of what you hear or see, it shocks you. It makes you clutch your pearls. What? For real? Who? They did what? You be shocked. Yeah, the pendulum is gonna swing back. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. You can make it go left for so long. You think it ain't gonna ever go right? You think it ain't gonna ever go right? You think it ain't gonna ever go right? Like, come on. A little baby could figure this out. The math do be mathing. A little baby can figure this out. Okay, things are shifting. Okay, somebody did some magic, but so what? Because eventually it's gonna do what? What you put out returns. It's gonna do what? It's gonna shift. Like, come on. It's like bouncing the ball. The basketball just keep going, right? Down, up, down. Like, come on. A person can only be a bully for so long. A person can and people, and it's a very dangerous, risque thing to be a bully. To be a bully, to be an it starter, a poop starter. You can only do these things for so long because people eventually get exhausted and fed up with the bully. And that's a dangerous thing. To have people inferior of you because maybe you're constantly attacking their character, or this could be someone on your job, this could be someone in your community, wherever. That could be very dangerous. That's nothing to play with. A bully could get hurt in a way that they don't expect because they're so accustomed to bullying, to taking advantage of people. I'm a win, or I'm part of the clique. I'm head. Look, there's a power higher than you that don't care about what you calling yourself. You talking about you running a clique here on planet Earth. There's a higher power. Matter of fact, there's a team of people. Everybody got their own spirit team. You know what I'm saying? That could just make you, you just like a little piece of paper. You think you tough. The whole goal of this message is Spirit clearly just conveying for all of us to move with confidence, be mindful of our words and our thoughts, and to move with confidence. And do not ever sit with a looking glass, waiting for someone to receive their karma. Many are suffering in silence. And many of them, their karma is to be paranoid about how, when, where, who, and how. That is their karma, just to be in the thought of. It's not about money. It's not about materialism. You know, material wealth is illusional gain. It will never sustain your soul. It is wonderful to have nice things. All these things are added onto you while we're here on planet Earth. But don't never feel or think because of someone's connection or their financial status. Connection meaning who they know or who they network with or what group they connected to. If you connected to a group, that ain't nobody to be intimidated by. That ain't nobody to be intimidated by. Because if you connected to a group, that means you're going by group thoughts, group theory, group actions, and group repercussions. And your energy is being harvested and used by what? A group. So who's smart, who dumb? That ain't nobody to be intimidated by or be afraid of. The best thing you can do is stand in your power and know your own magic. Know how magical you are. And be confident in that. Be confident in that, in who you are. Whatever your belief system is, whatever you do on a daily, who you are. Be confident in that. Who cares about a conspiracy theory? What is your theory? What is your theory? What do you conspire to? What's being illuminated in you? But that's the goal, to make sure that we are confident moving forward. And you don't have to wait for them to receive anything. It's natural. It's law. Skimmael, the angel of vengeance, is saying it's natural. Don't be hyperly focused or overly concerned about something that's going to happen anyway. It's natural. Like if it rains, it's going to eventually what? Stop. You see the sun, you're going to eventually see what? The clouds. Duality again. Come on now. Come on, class. Come on, class. It's like 1 + 1. Sometimes it's 2, and unless you change the symbol in the middle, you know. Either way, never mind. Never mind. This is a powerful read. Never mind what was done wrongfully to you. Focus on the beautiful things that you are looking forward to. Moving forward as we go and embark on a whole new year, collective. New ideas, new mindset, new energy, new peace, new prosperity, a new perspective, you know, new ideas, new reasoning of why and who you will choose to entangle with or deal with, or how you move. You know, it's time to shift your energy and your direction, and also never mind what anyone is talking about. Because I'm picking up somebody could be, like I said, there could be chatter. You know, ooh, look what they done. Look what so-and-so have, you know. Never mind what somebody is saying. Who cares? Everybody needs something to do. Let them have their something to do in peace. When I say who cares, that's what I mean. Everyone needs something to do. Let them have their something to do in peace. Who cares? It's too much energy of being angry and mad over what somebody's saying. Who cares? Everybody needs something to do. Folks is bored. Folks is bored. Folks is bored, collective. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of great things that are awaiting you, collective. A lot of wonderful, phenomenal things. And this reading is so in depth because They want it to be reiterated. I'm hearing quadruple. Somebody gonna have quads. Oh, spirit, I'm gonna tell them that and scare somebody. How many babies? Quadruple. Focus on the star player. Focus on thyself. You are the MVP. You will always be the most valuable. You will always be the main character. Remember that. No matter what you are going through, what you are experiencing, you will always be the main character. You will always be the main focus. You will always be the captain of your own ship, no matter what it looks like. So this means whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, a supervisor or a CEO, you are always in charge of how you respond in life. You can't control other people, places, things outside of you, but you can control how you respond in life. When you come across foolery or you feel you have to be, I would say maybe you're at work, like I was just mentioning, you're somebody you just don't like when they come around. Look at it as a test and say, oh, I'm being tested to see can I endure being around different people. This is a test and I'm going to pass it. They want you to find the lights in situations. They want you to tap into your inner niggle, your star player, and find the lights. And for us, all of us, to stop becoming overwhelmed, Spirit is saying, or stressed about the little things. Okay? Very beautiful. I'm loving this read. I'm loving it. They having me do some things, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I get it. I get it. Never mind who's whispering, who's gossiping, who's judging you. It just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't hold value. Okay? It doesn't hold value. There is nothing when it comes to you being concerned about gossip, slander, what people think about you, who done something to you in the past. It will not bring value at all. And they're saying also, if you are still hanging around, living with, or entangled in any way with someone that you feel has hurt you or harmed you or caused you some kind of misfortune, that is something that needs to be worked on. Because there's an energy of someone being concerned and feeling like they're in the Eight of Swords. And Spirit is saying that's because you're still dealing with that person. That's all. You're still around that person. So there is something that needs to be done and only you know what that is. So when you take action, you'll use these two hands, take off the blindfold, and stop with what they did to me, and you'll come on out this opening here. And you'll see that, oh, I'm not the Eight of Swords. I'm not fenced in. I'm free. I'm free, free falling. I'm free, free falling. Yeah. There's no need to fight. It's time to, in order to attract, relax and rejuvenate. It's time to relax and rejuvenate, collective. That's what Spirit is saying. Relax. Just be. Yep. Relax. There will always be chatter, but you do not have to partake in it. Treat it like it's a fly or I don't know, treat it like it's something you don't care about. Create your own analogies, Treat it like it's something you don't care about. Be oblivious to the nonsense. The goal is to keep you distracted, collective. But it's not anyone all the time trying to keep you distracted. Sometimes people are used to distract you because they have negative or dark energy attachments that they allow to work through them to do these things. But there's a need for you to be strategic so you can play the game to win. So you can play the game to win. Yep. Yeah. So you've been given, and you're aware of this, the wisdom, the favor, and opportunity to forgive yourself and them. Doesn't mean that you have to talk to them or deal with them, but forgive yourself and them so that you can release all stagnation. You've been given the wisdom and tools to apply to your life in order to move forward. Okay? It's all about walking away from what no longer serves us and doing this repetitively, being consistent with it, being consistent, constantly, not being paranoid or anxious or nervous, but just being consistent. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that doesn't serve me. I guess I'll move on. That relationship, I guess I'll move on. Oh, that job isn't for me. I guess I'll move on. Oh, negative thoughts from the past. I guess I'll move on. Oh, that business investment. I guess I'll move on. I mean, this could be anything. Oh, that recipe I tried, it didn't turn out right. I guess I'll move on. I'll take a cooking class. Okay. Your spirit team wants you to release the burdens. We are carrying extra burdens and stress that we need not to carry. Live life day by day. Do what you can and surrender the rest. Do what you can and surrender the rest. Day by day. Minute by minute by minute. Oh no. I don't know who sang that. Minute by minute by minute. Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy, collective. Because you're in charge. You've always been in charge. You see, you got the trophy. And you see they walking away like, collective always winning. Look at them with their medal trying to show off. They're always winning. But moving forward, you will know what is for you and what isn't for you. These experiences that all of us have endured, these events that have occurred in our life, is to teach us and show us who we are, our worth, and to also send a signal as if we're ready to magnetize the right people, places, and things into our lives. And so oftentimes you will find people who you may say, so-and-so been doing this a long time. And it's not that you're passing judgment, but you're in observation like, wait, there's a pattern here. Why is this pattern here? It could be someone, it doesn't matter who it is, someone you know, someone you love. It could be a child of yours or a family member. Like, why are they repeating this pattern? Because they have not found the lesson to be learned. They're attracting the same people for a reason. They're attracting the same situations for a reason. And all you have to do is change your mind and you can change your life. Change your mind and you can change your life. That is so true. Change your mind and you can change your life. Because see, everything in these cups here, they're beautiful, but not all is something that is for her. So now she has to decide. All these offers, all these job offers, all these opportunities. And maybe you're applying for a business loan or a grant to start a business or buy a home, or this could be anything. You're like, oh, all these options, which one should I go for? Use your discernment. It's time to break free from the pattern. Break free. Break free. The pattern could be overindulgence. People do what they want. They have free will. Some people are able to have a drink or two, and they do it with boundaries, or they have limitations. You notice I said a drink or two. There are people who can have a drink or two and take care of their business. They also have something called functional addicts. People who are dealing with different addictions to vices, and because there are things functional in their life, they are oblivious to the need or the necessary desire, to quit or what they're doing because it's sabotaging them. So, these are people who overindulge in partaking in different substances, and they'll tell you, my bills paid, my kids taken care of, I got a job, I got money in the bank. They'll say these things to you. And this will be their very reason for them to keep doing what they are doing. You see? Yeah. This will be their very reason to not stop, to keep drinking, to keep partaking and smoking or taking Skittles. And Skittles could be anything because it's the colorful rainbow, right? Right. So, they'll stay in that circle, of excessive usage, until they hit the bottom of the barrel. Some people are able to, like I said, have a beer or two and get up and go to work the next morning. Have a beer or two or a spliff or whatever your addiction is, or your vice is, and carry on. And some aren't. Some find it very difficult. They have to, they may say, I don't want to be bothered, and that's when things start to dwindle down. They don't have the energy or the tolerance to deal with their children. They may find themselves being very temperamental, very angry all the time. Not just with their offspring, but with people in general. Very flighty, moody. The only time they're happy is when they have their vice. Okay? I don't know nothing. Ask somebody to know. I don't know nothing. Yeah, there's a need to surrender and let go of things that don't serve you. That's what somebody needs to hear that. Yeah. There's a need to let go. And if it doesn't serve you, if it's controlling you, if it's making you moody, if it's making you grouchy, if you're only happy when you get your next hit or your next drink, then that's a problem. If you're unable to be productive without it, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. If you can't communicate effectively unless you have something in your system, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, this is for who needs to hear it. Yeah. And so if you're angry at hearing it here, God is so good, you'll go somewhere else and hear it. Yeah. You'll go somewhere else and you'll hear it because that's how it works. Can't box with the Most High. Just can't. So Some people are able to do certain things and some of them aren't. That's one of the reasons for that message there. But somebody really need to hear that, who needs to work on sobriety, or they need to begin work on it, something like that. Yeah, when it's affecting your moods, you can't handle your business. You putting off taking care of business. I'm talking about important business. Mm-mm. You can't communicate with people. You always angry or moody. Mm-mm. You hollering at the children. You hollering at the children, and all they said is, "Hey, Mom, I'm hungry," and you didn't call them every alphabet. Mm-mm. It's time to. Mm-mm. But you only smile when you about to get a re-up or refill. Yeah, I said re-up or refill. Mm-hmm. Can I get a refill? Can I get a refill? Yeah, it's time to do something different. Yep. But like I said, there are some people who can have a glass of wine or two and handle their business. But when you overindulge and it starts to overtake you, I'm talking about overindulging, where it takes over you, where you start fighting and arguing. There's people, look, that's fight time. They have a drink and it's fight time. They don't have a drink, they quiet. You have to check on them. You have like, you okay in there? Yeah, I'm okay. You so quiet, I had to check on you. You get in one drink, it's on and popping. It's fireworks. Pew, pew, pew. Ah, find the strength. Find the strength today. Find the strength to love yourself. Love those who are around you and to love yourself. This concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.